All right, Coach, go ahead.
Man, I'm really proud of our football team. 8-0, man, for the first time in franchise history. We're humbled and honored to be that group. It was not without its trials today, obviously. Some of it was created by us. You got to give the Cowboys a lot of credit, man. They really came to play in all three phases, man. They were beating us to the punch. It starts with coaching, then playing. They were on it. We were not. But thankfully, man, like we were talking about last week, we got a group that sticks together, man, a group that's mentally tough and is able to persevere, and I'm thankful for that. But obviously, we can't keep having these conversations every week because one of these weeks we'll be doing it with an L if we're not careful. But we're thankful to win today. No real health issues to report of. Ben was able to go back in the game and finish the game. I'm sure there'll be bumps and bruises associated with play, but we're excited about getting out of here with this one and moving on to AFC North football next week.
Mike Pursuta.
Mike, can you go over the thought process on the last fourth down, field goal, no field goal?
Man, we had struggled so much with our field goal group early in the game. I just didn't feel good about it. They were beating us to the punch pretty much for the better part of the day in special teams. We missed the extra point. They blocked a field goal attempt. We skied a kick trying to pin them down into territory, and they flipped the field with a big kickoff return. I had just seen enough of their dominance in teams. And so, I got a great deal of confidence in our short yardage abilities. Obviously, it didn't work out for us there.
Dale Lawley.
Mike, offensively, you went to an almost exclusively passing offense in the second half. I don't think James Conner had a carry until that last sequence. Is that something you guys talked about at halftime that you needed to do to kind of kickstart things?
Yeah, we were just looking at some of their defensive personnel groups, and we found that, they didn't have a lot of defense when we spread them out. And so it reduced the amount of things that we would have to see, so we were comfortable working in that space. And that's why we did it.
Brooke Pryor.
Mike, was Garrett Gilbert, I know it's hard to prepare when you don't know which quarterback you're going to face, but was Garrett Gilbert showing you guys something that you didn't expect, or what was he doing that was so effective today?
They just worked hard to stay on schedule, and that was helpful to them. They were in manageable third downs. They were able to run the ball some on third downs. We weren't doing a good job of possessing it on offense, so it kept the pressure off of him and them. It was a good game plan and execution by them.
Joe Rudder.
Yeah, Mike, another slow start in the first half. Anything you can pinpoint on why that is?
Man, we're just getting hit in the teeth. We gotta combat that.
Jerry Dulac.
How much of it is out of necessity and how much of it has been taking the game over with as many times as he was throwing once you guys got enough?
Like I mentioned, much like last week, we got them in a personnel group that reduced what it is they do. And when we can reduce what it is they do and we got that level of clarity, we're comfortable playing ball in any mode. And that's why we went to the structure that we went to.
Mark Caboli.
Mike, is there anything to, you guys being 7-0 and the other teams having a bullseye on you guys, trying to get, bring their best at you?
Hey, we're the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Everybody knows what that means. We get everybody's best punch regardless of record. I think people respect our brand and they respect our franchise and its history. And so that's been my experience over 14 years here. Regardless of our record, people know when they're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, and there's certain responsibility that comes with our reputation. We're going to get people's best shot.
Jim Colony.
Yeah, Mike, there were several short yardage situations, and you went with a single back, no fullback. What's the thinking there?
We create additional gaps for them to have to defend. Plus, Derek Watt was not available to us. And so, it's a culmination of things. But there are no excuses. We're a capable short yardage group. We have been. We weren't today. We got to own that, and we will.
Jenna Harner.
Mike, what does this team need to do to play that complete complementary 60-minute football game that you guys talk about?
Just keep coming to work every day. I'm thankful that we're winning in spite of, and we'll keep doing that.
Dejan Kovacevic.
Mike, you mentioned the special teams and the point after. Did you see Dallas doing anything specifically over your center that might have discouraged you from trying that kick?
Just in general, they were getting after us. That block was easy. That guy was standing in the backfield on 2 feet. That was a problem for us. We'll get back in the lab and go through a week of corrections and fundamentals and making sure we're solid there, as opposed to try to fix something in game and run the risk of a double thud again. I am not about that life.
Chris Adamski.
Mike, was there a chance that, I mean, did you that Ben was able to come back, or was it what happened when he left the game? Was there a chance? Did you try to get him back out there for that when you got the ball back real quick at the end of the first?
There were no issues with his availability. We was just getting him looked at. We wanted to get a jump on halftime. We got a turnover. We allowed Mason to finish the half and leave him inside getting evaluated where he was.
Mike Pursuta.
Mike, you had some variations in the sub package. Was that by design defensively, or were you just working through combinations till you got one you liked?
You know, we're down some significant pieces, guys like Mike Hilton and guys like Tyson Alualu. So we're doing what we got to do, and we'll continue to do so.
Final one, Jim Colony.
Yeah, Mike, actually the weird sequence there at the end of the half where you get a false start on a 54-yard field goal attempt, and so you have to attempt a 59-yard one, and he ends up making it. You ever seen anything like that happen, and what were your thoughts?
No real thoughts. I had confidence in his ability from a distance standpoint. That was just another example where we weren't on the nuts and bolts of it from a special team standpoint. They do that shift trying to get you to jump all the time. We worked it, and we failed in that instance. And you know, I'm thankful that we did. Actually, we got a re-kick.
Jerry, one final one. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, you touched on this earlier. What does it mean to you to set that franchise record with the 8-0 start?
It's significant as we sit here today, but once I go to work tomorrow, it'll be less significant. We'll be singularly focused on getting ready for our next AFC North opponent, and that's life. I'm appreciative of it, but we're not going to dwell on it. We got big-time business coming up with AFC North ball.
All right. Thanks, guys.